Real chuva is this understanding that as an effect of all of that collective negative action, we've all done negative actions this year. That's not the worst part. If that's all that happened this year, no matter how bad each one of us was individually, no matter how many mistakes we made individually, not so bad. That's not what chuva is. Chuva is the understanding that I wasn't myself this year. That I did not reveal, you can't give it a percentage because compared to who I was supposed to be this year, I did nothing. Even those of us who did great things, we helped so many people, we did great. But compared to what you were supposed to be this year, you can call that nothing. You have to call that nothing. Again, I know all of our friends who are with us today watching, we're all good people, we all did good things, we supported the work of the center did great, amazing. Compared to who we were supposed to be, nothing. Why? Because I hurt that person, and I did this negative action, and I didn't do that thing I knew I should have done, and so on and so forth. And because of that, the effect was that I didn't, all of those covered me, so that I didn't, in this year, do what I was supposed to do. I didn't live myself. I lived such a speck of a version of who I was supposed to be. That's chuva. Again, it's important to look at the details. Okay, I should have done this differently. I did this wrong. I hurt that person. I need to fix it. Great, beautiful. But that's not the greatest damage that we did this year. The greatest damage we did this year was to ourselves. That because of all of those things that we did, we were not able to reveal ourselves. And again, I know we all did great things, we all did important things, not to diminish any of that, but now when we come into Rosh Hashanah and we need to enter into a new place, again, people want to continue last year and just have a little bit better, a little bit less of that, a little bit more of that. This is not the Shabbat. For the person I can't, maybe even Rosh Hashanah is not for that person. But for the rest of us, who know that last year was, in the words of Ezra, a year of curses. You know, it's a very strong statement. Tichle hashana v'kileloteha, that the curses of the year have to end. And again, you can ask the question, you know, I'll speak about myself, and I'm sure I'm speaking for so many of us. It was such an amazing year. The center did so many amazing things. I did amazing things. You did amazing. We all did amazing things. What an amazing year. Ezra, you're coming to me today and saying that I'm supposed to have the consciousness of the cursed year should end? Doesn't make any sense. Again, for some people, chas v'shalom, unfortunately, it was, I'm sure there are people for whom it was a cursed year. It actually was, very practically, very in reality. But for the rest of us, it wasn't. For the rest of us, we can make the mistake of thinking it was an amazingly blessed year. And the answer is yes, it was. And you have to appreciate all the blessings that we received and all the things that we did. But compared to what? But compared to what we were supposed to do? We know, of course, the work of the center. And again, it's about the center. It's about each one of us individually. It's about the world. We're supposed to bring an end to pain, suffering, and death. We're supposed to do what happened at Sinai. That's the work of the center. It's beautiful that we're transforming lives, that people's lives are getting better and better, more connected to the light of the Creator. Amazing. And B'nai Nara, of course, and with the support of all of our friends who support the Work Center, amazing. But in reality, compared to what we were supposed to do, to what we need to do, one can call it, as Ezra does, Tichle hashana v'kileloteha. The cursed year must end. The year in which Mashiach did not come, the year in which pain, suffering, and death were not removed, must end. On Friday, I was learning with Miriam and David some of these ideas, and then we were talking about the concept of B'chanoti et asher achon. There's a word that is used throughout the 13 attributes, which really hold within it the secret of it. the concept of imatzati chen, finding being pleasant in the eyes of the Creator. So one of the questions came, so how do you get there? Well, the first is what we said now. That you really have to be in a state of enlu, misha enlu. That's the first way. And then second, and it's so important that we speak about this, is the Kabbalists teach that the other way to awaken chen, which is the other way to enter into this portal, are those who are involved in the dissemination of what's called Torat Chen, the Chokhmat HaNistar, the wisdom of Kabbalah, the light of the soul. So, I mentioned this is one thing that came up. So, one of the commitments, I said before, as we were talking to some of the Chevra this week, and we said, looking at the past years, when in reality, again, we did amazing things together, but in reality to what we were supposed to do, kemi she'enlu. And therefore, B'ezrat Hashem, both internally and B'ezrat Hashem with the support of all of our friends this year, is not going to be a repeat and better. It can't be. So I ask all of us, as we look at our own entry into the new reality and what's called the brit, that it becomes open on the Shabbat, we also all give our consciousness to support the work of the center. In a way, again, not similar, but more than last year. In a way that is completely, ridiculously beyond. As Moses calls it, the way that is beyond all other ways. So as we said, I'll just repeat it again because this is so important. It's so, every different Shabbat has different energy, and you can connect a little bit to one Shabbat. It's not a big deal if you didn't connect completely. This Shabbat it's very binary. Either a person enters into the new reality that Moses and Ezra created for us, and the Creator, of course, created for us on the Shabbat, or chas v'shalom, we go on the path, what's called olam kemin hagonoeg, the world continues, and B'ezrat Hashem, of course, I'm excited to see all of our friends who are joining us in New York for Rosh Hashanah, and all of our friends who are going to join us from all over the world online. Amazing, beautiful. But that work can only do anything if you've entered into the new reality. You have to enter into the new reality, and that's this Shabbat. You have to be in a state of Misha Enlo. I don't have anything. What do you mean, don't have anything? All the amazing things we did, compared to what I was supposed to do. Because my chuva has been not complete, because I've looked at the details and forgot the most important point, that because of all of that, I was a speck of myself this year. And then, and only then, if you really, really are in this consciousness on the Shabbat, then you enter through this consciousness into the new reality of what's called the Yud Gimel Midot, the 13 attributes, the Yotzah, the greatest source of blessings. Then you merit Tichle Hashana V'Kirilotea, that the cursed year. What do you mean cursed year? How do you call it a cursed year? Yeah. Compared to what I was supposed to be, it was a cursed year. Ends today. V'Tichel Hashana U'Bilchotea, and I can, for the next 8 days or so until Rosh Hashanah, and then into Rosh Hashanah, receive blessings that are unimaginable to be, that are from the greatest source of blessings. But only if on this Shabbat we enter through the portal to what's called the 13 attributes, to what's called the Yotzah Matat Chinam, to what's called the greatest source of blessings, only if you're in a state of Misha Enlu. And I say this for each one of us individually. I say this for the center. I say this for all the important work that has to be done in this next year. And I ask all of us, as I said, first of all, to take the time during this Shabbat and really come to a state of Misha Enlu. I don't have anything. Compared to what I was supposed to have by the end of this year, I don't have anything. But as it comes to the work of the center, B'lei Hanara, very appreciative of all the support of all the students, of all the work that we've done. Amazing. We've done amazing things. Compared to what we were supposed to do, Tichle Hashana V'Kirilotea. It is a year that we did not bring Mashiach. It is a year that we did not bring an end to pain, suffering, and death. Next year cannot be a year, not for any of us individually, not for the center collectively, this year, but more. this year, but better. It has to be something completely new. And only if you really are in this. So as I said, I ask all of us to think about this. Of course, we have to do our own work and really come to this consciousness within our own selves. And then also, because all of us are so connected to the work of the center and support the work of the center, that our consciousness for this work this year, whatever was, amazing things, not compared to Bila Mavet Lanetzach, not compared to bringing an end to pain, suffering, and death, and therefore to each one of us individually, Bezat Hashem, and all of us collectively, Bezat Hashem, we will enter into the new brit, into the new reality of the Otzar Matnat Chinam, the greatest store of blessings, so that Bezat Hashem, because we do the work on the Shabbat and enter into this new pathway, we will have a real Rosh Hashanah. Bezat Hashem, we will have a year of not, again, continued blessings, Bezat Hashem, but something from a different place. He gives, creates within the ocean, within the great ocean, a road. Uvemayim azim netiva, and even in stormy waters, a pathway. Hanoten bayam darech. Hanoten bayam darech. He, maybe referring to the Creator, maybe referring to us, maybe referring to the energy of Elul, creates a road, a way in the ocean, and even in the stormy waters, a pathway. Compared to the potential of my soul, I truly see myself as needing Hanoten Bayam Darech, for the Creator to show me something new, something completely new. Because compared to the greatness of my soul and to what I am meant to do, I am a lost boat in the middle of a storm in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean. Min ha-meitzar karatiya, I called to the Creator from the depths, from the very, very dark place, from the great narrow place. Anani b'merchavia. And then the light of the Creator answers me, elevates me to the most open, the most filled, the most light-filled place. Have the consciousness that surrounding me and within me, there is this overwhelming light that enables transformation and correction, that enables chuva. And I awaken the desire for this aspect of me to be transformed. And then I see that the overwhelming light of chuva, from the endless light of the Creator and from within me, overwhelms this issue.